these middle leaders you talked about, maybe the appointees of some of these leaders high up there, can't they draw from such marvelous example, to use your words, and say, this is how it should be? Because we're looking at Kogi State, we're also talking about Rivers State, and we have just reported what has happened in Kogi. It means that it would seem as if the people or the middle leaders haven't actually taken into account the effect of such an accord.
Well, I'm very glad you mentioned Rivers State, because I've been following very keenly, as you know, the elections virtually everywhere, and I've also spoken, and I'm still speaking to some electoral monitors from outside, and I've read some of their preliminary statements, and there's no question in my mind at all that what happened in Rivers State during the presidential and assembly elections were a complete atrocity, and the finger points definitely at the kind of middle characters I'm talking about. Look, let's go back to a former election. Let's go back to the whistleblower, the military officer who blew the whistle on how Ekiti elections were manipulated. Now, the conspirators, those criminals, the conspirators, they were not the masses. They're supposed to be responsible citizens of this nation. They're supposed to be leaders. And from what I hear, the general, the military general, who was among the criminal conspirators, has surfaced again in the presidential elections. Now, if that is true, what sort of a country are we running? What sort of responsible officials are we putting in charge of a critical issue like elections, for which citizens wait 4 years very patiently, no matter what? The elections are supposed to enable us to avoid response in violence to misgovernance. You know, you wait. When you're dissatisfied, when your rights have been abused, citizens wait for that moment when they can exercise their voices. And then some bunch of criminals calling themselves governors, calling themselves generals, calling themselves ministers, they conspire and thwart the will of the people, including even unconstitutional people like first ladies who say they should stone those who don't happen to agree with their politics. And they go unpunished. That is why INEC, however serious, will always encounter improbable situations until examples are publicly made and rigorously